My name is King Randall in Nigeria right now. This is how you're going to make things happen. You have to work together.
You're trying to make parents understand that your boys need to become responsible from day one.
Trying to teach those kids some of the same things that I do in Albany. Just stuff the everyday boy that you would, think grown men know, boys don't know anymore.
There must be a day for the boy child.
Mega Impact Foundation in Asaba, they actually reached out to me for their boys boot camp that they have, and I told my assistant to reach back out and ask them, could I come?
When I got the email, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe they didn't see that it's Nigeria, it's West Africa, it's Asaba for that matter. So I had to send another email to say, okay, we're talking about Nigeria, we're not talking about Georgia, we're not talking about, somewhere very close to you guys. We know it's Nigeria and we're interested in coming. I was like, okay, that's not happening. At that point in time, I still didn't believe it was real.
Trying to overnight everything. We flew to Buffalo yesterday to go get to a passport. We flew back from Buffalo and supposed to be getting ready to get on the plane, so we done got squared away at the airport. Had to get visas overnight. It was a lot trying to make this happen in a couple of days. I was told to come. God just was like, you need to go.
Lord, I ask that you guide him through every moment and keep him in your loving care. Lord, I pray, Lord, that you calm his nerves, give him peace, understanding while he's there. And this trip just be filled with purpose and success, Father. Thank you in advance for what you're doing in his life, God. We're excited for you to show up for him.
Got a little bit emotional on the plane. I'm just thinking about all my loved ones back home, my kids, because I'm wrapping my brain around being so far away because I'm everybody's Superman back home. Like I saved the day for everybody. Grandma, mama, my kids' mom, my kids, like the school, my employees. I saved the world for everybody. So like I'm be gone for 10 days, so not being present there it was like getting at my brain a little bit because I'm just like, ooh, like what if something happened, and I just can't open and just fly back. I'm 12 hours, a 12-hour flight away. So, it's just, thinking about that and just praying like, okay, I hope everything goes good, calling everybody, make sure everybody okay, paying bills before I left, trying to make sure everybody got some extra dollars, to take care of themselves because we learned about the trip 3 days before we got here.
Lord, I ask that you guide him through every moment and keep him in your loving care. Bring him back and his team safely with renewed strength, oh God. And all these prayers we ask in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
One of the major things, the major challenges we have in Nigeria right now is scam. Boys were getting into scam, internet scam. So they don't want to go to school anymore. All they just want to do is, look for the fast ways to get money. According to a report that came out from the EFCC, EFCC is the organization in charge of crime, financial crime. It was said that in 20-30 years' time, 90% of our male adults at that point in time would have gone to prison.
Some of the problems the boys have are neglect, either from the families or the society. You understand? The family, the children start from the family. So from the family, if you don't catch your children there, it may be difficult. The teacher can only just do a little bit, but more responsibility is for the home, the mother and the father. Most
people believe if you're a boy child, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do house chores, you're not supposed to do some basic things. You're not supposed to clean your room. Oh, because he's a boy child, he's supposed to. What I strongly believe is there isn't really any difference between a boy child and a girl child. Number one, they are children first. We've thrown positive parenting out of the window. Most parents, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., they're out of the house. So by the time they come back at night, they're tired, the kids are tired, everybody goes to sleep. So there's no communal relationship anymore. We have International Day of the Girl Child, we have International for Women, we have Women's Day, we have Mother's Day. Nobody's actually doing anything about these boys. And if you train the girl child properly and you refuse to train the boy child, these girls that you've trained properly are still going to get married to these boys that you've refused to train. and they're going to corrupt them later. That's the truth. They are definitely going to corrupt the girls that you've trained. We are trying to make parents understand that your boys need to become responsible from day one.
The excitement, you can feel it in the air. Like, the moment you guys arrived in Lagos, we told them, oh, Mr. Kings is coming all the way from the United States of America. From there, the whole atmosphere changed. All the boys were looking forward to it.
All right, so when I say something to you guys, I want you to say something back to me. Good afternoon.
Mainly they're trying to teach those kids some of the same things that I do in Albany, teaching kids, just proper etiquette, shaking hands.
I want to squeeze his hand. I'm going to say my name, right? My name is King Randall. What's your name? Good to meet you.
Just stuff the everyday boy that you would, think grown men know. Boys don't know anymore. How to speak to people, how to not be rude,
He will
etc.
say another green light. I say, how are you? And he tells me he's fine. Then he can hit me back and say, I'm fine. How are you? Right? If you want to exchange pleasantries, right? Hear him without having to say,
The courage. We taught them about being confident, having courage. I like that, and I know they've learned something. Now when they see people, I think they can bring out their hands to shake hands and look them in the eyes, and I think they are now more confident than they used to be.
You know, how to become a strong man, how to believe in yourself, how to be confident, how to, face your fears and face your dreams. Whatever you want to become, you can become it. So he's taught them all of those things, which actually teach them. But them hearing it from somebody else, from as far as the United States, was an icing on the cake for the kids.
even in your life sometime, you might be doing everything right, but you will still lose because you're attached to the wrong people.
It's been interesting. They are super excited to see me. I'll say that, and they're super excited to talk to me. They're enjoying the lessons, and hearing them come to me and asking like specific questions, like they're asking like, how do I make this happen? How can I get this place? So you explain this, what does that really mean? Like, how can you dig into that question? They come in and ask me like real questions that grown folks wouldn't ask me after these lectures, listening to their interactions and the questions that they're asking me, and just wanting to be amazing, wanting to be successful, wanting to get out of their condition. Gotta love to see it. I absolutely love it. They're making the best out of what they have. Not even making the best. To them, what they have is the best because they've never experienced anything better. And so for me, I hate to say that it's gonna make me less empathetic, but it will, because I don't understand, how they can have been going through so much in their lives and still want to learn more than we do, and still want to read more than we do, and still are so much more articulate than we are, because they dedicate their lives to being better. When I get back, it's going to be a lot of changes to the program in itself.
We work with the children more, but sometimes we try to bring out their parents to come and learn. So like tomorrow, Saturday, which is going to be the grand finale for the program, we're going to be inviting more women. Some men are going to be around. We want to talk to them about their responsibility. They need to understand what they need to do to make their children better. Because if you're trying to correct the children, and after teaching them everything, they go back home and it's a different ball game, then there's this distraction. They've learned something positive and they go home, their mom or dad is saying something else. So that's why we try sometimes to bring out the fathers and the mothers to also talk to them.
Daddy, see you guys soon. I'm about to get ready to fly back home.
You gonna let Cake Frank play?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Cake Frank, you can hear it fly. Right. Go ahead. Good break, you gotta go. Oh, you ready? Go ahead, you gotta go.
Keep my daddy safe in his storm. He's about to give his plane. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You gotta break this team. Keep his team safe.
And keep daddy's team safe.
right, y'all.
All right, we love you, babe.
All right, love you too.
All right, y'all be safe. Love y'all.
All right, now.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm ready to go home. I just want to eat some food. It's hard being away from my kids. They are, I primarily train them. I primarily work with them. So and, I see them so much. My kids are with me 90% of the time. All my kids are with me. So when I have to go, it's a little culture shock for them because they got to go with their moms, and but they've been doing okay. But it's always hard being away from my kids, especially like with a training regimen too, because I make sure they're working out and stuff like that. But I made sure they were in training before I left, so they've been doing training anyway while I've been away, in boxing and gymnastics and stuff. So they've been busy while I've been away. But yeah, it's definitely always hard being away from my kids, but I can't sit around and pout about it. I got work to do. So
I feel like I came here for a reason, and to see these children grasp the things that we taught them is mind-blowing. To so fast and continuously trying to be better and trying to do it. That was huge for me to see. These children have big dreams, they have big goals, and to see the passion and work ethic that babes have. I mean, it's incredible to see.
A very big thank you to Mr. Kings. I can't tell him, when you guys arrived in Nigeria, every time I would think about it, tears would come out of my eyes. I felt so emotional, like, wow, this is so touching. There's still people that are passionate about what they do, that still believe in other people, that still want to invest in what other people are doing. And I've not been disappointed ever since I came in touch with Mr. Kings. He's giving us a lot of inspiration, a lot of hope in humanity. Say thank you to the organization. Thank you for you guys that came with him at the last minute. You didn't say, oh, Africa, oh, the shithole. Oh, are you sure? What are we going to do in Africa? We're going to get kidnapped. I'm sure you know all the stories, especially about Nigeria. So many scary stories and things like that. But you still decided to come. So what can I say about that? I mean, it's a miracle. That's all I can say. So thank you to you guys. That's what I want to say. I'm so grateful.
We need to make sure that United Nations understand that there must be a day for the boy child. Recognized all over the world, there must be platforms for the boy child, not just the girl child. There must be a platform for the girl child, for the boy child too, so that we can grow the girl child and the boy child equally and have a balanced generation over time.
The message continues. We still need to keep talking to our boys, to our parents, so that they will look into the lives of their children and not just neglect them to do their own things. They still need to train them up. We'll keep talking, and we still want our voices to be amplified so that people around will hear, the children too. Whenever we have program, we want them to always turn out in their numbers. And if there's any way government can assist, we don't mind. Because we can't do it alone. We still solicit for assistance wherever, whether in the US, whether in Nigeria, anywhere. We will appreciate it.
God has blessed us to be able to get where we are in the States, to have people be able to bless us and our organization, for us to be able to come, to places like Nigeria and spread a good message and try and inspire people everywhere else to try and help create better humans and better men. They came to me and just like I did a long time ago, it just reminded me of myself when I was 19 and I started an organization and trying to get people to believe in a 19-year-old kid at the time to teach boys how to be men. It was just trying to get people to believe in what I was saying was interesting. And so now we're at a point where we have people that give to us all the time. And so I know organizations need funding. Organizations need assistance. Organizations need wherewithal, because even though we would try to say it's not about the money, it is about the money, because we're trying to teach these children how to be successful so they can make money to take care of their families. We're trying to teach them to be better humans. And organizations need money to be able to do such, especially if we're doing these programs for free. So I decided to donate 1.6 million Naira to the Mega Impact Foundation, because I believe that can help just make a small dent in what they're trying to do. I believe for us, that was a small amount, but I know for them it's huge, because they can make a lot happen. And I intend for this not to just be a sole donation, but and if in the future continue giving, so that way we can support what they're doing, because they need the funding. When organizations like ours don't get support from our local governments, when our local governments don't lend us an ear, and our local governments don't want to even send us resources, we have to rely on people like each other to try and make things happen. And one of the things I taught the boys about today was teamwork. And this is how you're going to make things happen here in the Nigeria and also back in the United States. You have to work together. So I believe in building bridges. And this is how we're going to start building this bridge with the Mega Impact Foundation, because we're doing some of the same work back in the States.